So you're taking your first algebra class, and if you're like most people, the very first time you saw one of these guys, namely the variable x, it probably felt a little uncomfortable. So this video is designed to give you a little conceptual understanding of what's going on with this x, this non-number. Interestingly so, the letter x may have originated in the Greek word xenos, which means stranger or unknown. So if it's feeling a little strange to you, that's okay. That may actually be where the tradition of using x came from. So let's take a look at what this equation is actually saying. It just simply means some unknown number plus 7 is equal to 12. Let's replace these numbers with something we can actually see. In this case, I will replace 12 with 12 little red squares. We'll call them algebra tiles. And I'm also going to replace the 7 and the variable x with 7 tiles, and I'm going to use a question mark for the variable x since it's an unknown number. Now you might be saying to yourself as you look at what we've now done that it might become kind of obvious what the unknown might be, since there are now 7 tiles right there in the 12, leaving us with this many on top. Don't quite see it? Let's try moving the 7 over, and I'm just going to rearrange the 12 just a moment. Now what do you notice? The 12 I've broken apart into 2 pieces. I've broken it into 5 and 7. Now it might become obvious to you then that the unknown, or the x, is also 5 plus the 7. Now you might be saying to yourself, wait a second, I've seen people do some algebra, or my teacher does it differently, and we're not using squares. And you're right. You will find that the algebra problems that you will encounter will become increasingly complex, where the answer won't easily be found by using squares. So there's an algebraic method that we learn. And this algebraic method actually helps in finding the value of x, that unknown. The method simply is to work the problem backwards, or to do the inverse. For example, x plus 7 means the inverse of plus 7 is to subtract 7. We work the problem backwards. Now whatever you do to one side of the problem, we do to the other side of the problem. 12 subtract 7 is 5, and 7 minus 7 is 0. So we won't write the 0. And now we know our answer. X equals 5. I would encourage you to go through and practice a few of these on your own. After a little of time and a little practice, you'll figure out how some of these operations work. The key is to work the problem backwards, or to do the inverse. So if a problem says plus or an addition, you would do subtraction. If you see subtraction, then you would do addition. If you see multiplication, you would do division. And if you see division, finally, you would do multiplication.